Yeah, so we had a little intermission. Somebody had come over. It was a friend of mine. He was wanting me to help him move some stuff. He's got a bunch of stuff that his mom passed away, and she used to be a teacher at Fair State University. And he's been my friend for a while. I've known him for years, but kind of a strange character, to be showing at somebody's house at 7:30 in the morning, without an invitation or a phone call. Well, I seen he was calling me a couple times, so it was strange. But when I was, if you guys just know, I had a knock at the door during my stream, and it was him. He was like, "Yeah," and he comes in and he really doesn't have anything to say. It's like I'm looking at him like, "What's up?" He's like, "I don't know. What's up with you?" I'm like, "So you're basically just stopping in to say hi." He's like, "Basically." And I'm like, "So, what's going on with you?" And he's like, "Oh, this, that, and another, and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "All right." So finally, it takes me 15 minutes to try to get a conversation out of the guy. And I'm thinking, well, what the hell would make you stop over? So he wants me to go help him. He's got a bunch of junk left over from when his mom had the house, and the girl that he's staying with's got a bunch of stuff, and he wants to have a yard sale, but it's like 4 miles out of town. I'm telling him, hey, I don't think that's going to work. So maybe what you should do is you should probably use it as, more of an estate thing, and then sell everything. That way, if you take pictures online, you'll be able to use like at the marketplace and sell stuff as you go, but then have a time to like 2 to 4 and have a line of people come through and first come, first serve. But I don't know. Seemed like he's lonely. And I think that's the thing, a lot of people right now are lonely and are going through things. And I just want everybody to know that I can't reiterate enough that if you're going through something, if you're going through troubles with whatever it is, if it's alcohol, if it's drugs, and you're really serious about helping yourself, get a hold of me, send me a text, comment, like, and subscribe. This is a channel where we try to I want to try to make this channel to help and promote self-awareness so people can get the help that they need. Because today you see a lot of people in society, they're struggling, they're trying to help themselves, but there's no help out there. It's like, yeah, we're going to give you free needles and we're going to make sure you got clean junk to shoot up with and all this stuff, but we're not going to, and I just find it fascinating that there's so many channels out there that use people's downtroddenness. You guys just happen to show up and you're going to take them to rehab and all this stuff, and people are clicking on it, which I find is the most unappealing thing, because I want someone to do it and then let them tell the story at the end of, yeah, this is what happened. I don't care if it's a reenactment, but you're doing it for clicks and views, and you're doing it to feed your channel. I think it's wrong. Because you're taking advantage out of somebody's misfortune and making it your own. Maybe I'm guilty of that. I don't see where, but if I am, let me know, because I'll promptly try to change. And I'll tell you one thing, as a friend of mine from the gyms, he's kind of an older fella. And how I met this guy is he kind of had a couple hip replacements, and he had a funny gait. When he walked, he kind of went back and forth like this. And it was during the Penguin. Remember the Penguin with he did a great job at it, but it was Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell played the Penguin, did a damn good job. Well, I was watching that show, and when I came into the gym, I was like, man, you remind me of the Penguin's name, Fostermock, Copperpot, Oswald Copperpot. So I used to tell him, I said, yeah, man, you remind me of Oswald Copperpot. He was like, huh? Who's that? And I was like, yeah, the Penguin. And I think he was a little perturbed by that, like I was being disrespectful, but I wasn't, because the Penguin was kind of badass dude. The Penguin was this fierce guy that wasn't afraid to shoot you or kill you. He ran his own crew. So I'm trying to explain this to him, and this guy don't even have a TV. He's one of those guys that barely listens to the garbage that's going on. He sends me stuff all the time. I want to shout out Larry Worth. My video, Larry, we're going to talk about some of your things today. Thanks for sending me the material. But anyway, he's my very own friend, and I call him Oswald, Copperpot, because he reminds me of the Penguin because of the way he works, because he's an older guy, like I said. He's in his 60s, I believe, late 60s maybe, and he had a couple hip replacements. He's the nicest guy ever, though. I really like him. He's a cool gym bro of mine. He sends me stuff all the time, and I'd like to go through some of the stuff that he sends me. I've kind of debunked, like, the flat earth stuff. I really don't believe that the earth's flat. I do believe that the earth is round just because all the other things that they can see. And it's just too many things to dispute and too many things that prove that it's round. You know what I mean? So there's not enough evidence that it's flat. And if it was flat, what's on the other side? It's easier to believe that the world is round than it is to be flat. So it's no disrespect to the flat earthers, because if it was flat, I think we would all know. And it's been proven, because there was people that used high cameras and had them go out into the ocean. And as they further got around, they slowly disappeared. So even a flat earther, he was trying to prove his own theory on YouTube. He proved that the earth was round. So, cause he's like sitting there, he's like, are you standing up? He's like, yeah. He's like, no way. He's like, yeah, standing up. He says, I'll be damned, the earth is round. So I don't believe that one, but the tick one, like I said, we looked at that one, and that was a big sham from all the people that tried to claim that. He's going to be on my other thing here. So the tick was a hoax. There wasn't no biological weapon being strapped to ticks to make us all think that we were catching this thing that would make us allergic to meat, so we would eat basically a vegetarian diet. So this is the latest one that he sent me.
Single county. Here what you got. See this? This is a farmer being handcuffed and taken out because he talked too long about data centers, right? He went over his 3-minute limit to protest Project Mustang, which is a data center that's going to destroy a local water supply and destroy all sorts of things, Maha. He went out there, he's talking about it.
Yes, I have been following these data centers, and there was just one data center that was in, I believe it was, there was 50,000 people in Lake Havasu that were going to lose their power. The electric company said, hey, you're going to have to find a different source of power, which, in my town and most people's town, they don't have an alternate source of power. So how are they supposed to get their power? So basically what ends up happening is, all these data centers are eliminating out in the country areas, and they're all being rerouted to these data centers. And what these data centers do is they drive their basic apps for cars, automobiles, phones, and stuff like that to drive the power to perform, all these tests. Like, if you get a new vehicle, it'll know your weight, your age, everything. It's just like, if you ever looked up something on the internet and thought, oh, okay, it's too expensive, I don't want it. And then you go on your phone, and then boom, there it is, 10 different ways from Tuesday. That's data centers taking basically your information and giving it to these proprietary centers, and they go through millions of different channels and spit out these things to you. That's these data centers that are doing it, and they consume so much power. It is crazy to even think about. So that's one thing that he sent me. So what do you guys think of these data centers popping up all over the place? And do you think it's something that people should be worried about? Or do you think it's just something that it's just normal AI technology and it's just a fly-by-night thing and we shouldn't be worried about it? I'm telling you what, ladies, gentlemen, and people watching this show and everyone around the world, these data centers are going to be the end of us all if we don't stand up now and fight against it, because we can't allow AI to end up gaining access to weapons of mass destruction. I mean, you guys all seen Terminator, haven't you? You know how that shit goes. History always repeats itself. So I know that there's calamity coming because the Bible says so. We know that there's going to be natural disasters, earthquakes, famines, diseases, pestilences, all these things coming soon, because that's what Jesus said when he was on the Mount Olives. A disciple came to him and asked him, says, when will the end come? And he says, all these things will take place. And all these things are taking place now. So should be worried. This is another one he sent me. This is a segment I want to call Larry, Is It Worth It? So tell me, on that first one, was it worth it?
Everything we are taught in textbooks is mainly so we don't have to feed our bodies, but really past what technology can really do these days. All of these things, if we help us empower ourselves, would help us actually understand what's really going on with our reality.
All right, so that's just an interesting one. And getting onto that thing, we were taught, a lot of us, if you're older, like I'm 51, I'm not real old, but I'm definitely middle aged. And I'm in the kind of twilight of my life here, trying to stay on, I don't want to be in the category where I'm old and I think I'm in the best shape of my life as far as power. I could stand to lose, 50 pounds, but that's going to come because I'm going to be serious about getting my weight down and helping my body. And I want to bring you guys with me into it. So if you're watching this show and you want to come on the ride with me and we can both challenge ourselves, I don't care if you're female, I don't care if you're male. I don't care if you're black, Chinese, white, whatever. As long as you are kind and you want to seriously take this journey with me, I want to start a fast. I've been talking about this fast on every one of my podcasts about how I want to do a chain fast. I want a bunch of people to do it with me, like a community, and have a text support group where we can all cheer each other on through it. So if you're willing to jump in and do this, let me know in the comments. First of all, you should be subscribed and but you don't have to be subscribed to do this. So basically what it is, it's going to be my journey to lose 50. So I'm going to weigh myself here in a little while. I'm going to let you guys know what I'm weighing in at. And I'm going to try to lose 50 pounds to get healthy. I'm going to start it off by doing a fast. So that fast is going to get my belly or my stomach shrunk enough so it doesn't take so much food to get me full. Even if that's a thing, I don't know if there's any science behind it, but you know what I'm saying? Like if you starve yourself for a little bit, your stomach shrinks and it doesn't take that much to get you full. So what I'm going to try to do is do a fast to get a total clean out. And then when I clean back in, I'm going to do basically light proteins to get back into it. And then I'm just going to do a strict diet of clean and healthy foods, enough to maintain and support my body healthy wise so I can be healthy. So that's my goal. So what I want is I'm looking for people to go on this journey with me. So if you're wanting to lose any amount of weight, say it's 10 pounds, say it's 15 pounds, say it's 100 pounds, and you want somebody to talk to, you want somebody to lean on when times are tough, when the food noise gets hard, you don't have to pay some AI Noom or whatever it's called, $50 a month. You can subscribe to my channel and get the support that you need for free. That's what I'm offering. I'm offering everybody who's willing to try and to put an honest effort into either quitting drinking, quitting smoking, quitting using drugs, quitting any addiction that might be afflicting you or that you're suffering from. You could come on my channel and get the help that you need. It's an open invitation for all. So if you need help with anything, let me know. We'll come up with a plan, and we'll do it together. Vice versa, I'm asking that you guys be there for me too. So I'm looking for somebody to help me through my journey of losing 50. And I want you guys to take the journey with me, push me along, help me, call me out when I'm doing wrong. Give me ideas, show strength and solidarity, and don't be rude about it, unless you can't help yourself, then I understand. But yeah, wouldn't that be cool to do like a group fast? Like say 1,000 of us get together and we all say, okay, on this day, we're going to start the fast because that's what I want to do. So say next week, we all say, okay, this time we're going to start the fast and we're going to try for 3 days. So whoever can make it the 3 days, wins that whole fasting journey. And what's going to happen is a lot of things will change in your body. First of all, it'll reboot your whole brain and your whole cycle so things will start working properly. So that's why it's important to fast before starting the diet journey to lose the 50. So if you're willing to do it, somebody says, yeah, I'd like to do it with you. So how do we do it? All you got to do is just say, hey, how is this going to happen? What's going to happen is you're going to sign up and then I'll make a chat room that we can all say, hey, my name is, I'm starting at 2. It's going to be on this day where we all do it. We're all going to put our techniques of how we're doing it, how we can support each other in doing it. And we're going to get through it together. So that's the thing. It's a group fast on my journey to losing 50. So right here at 8:34. So let's say it's 8:30. So I'm not going to do the fast today because I want to get people signed up. So hurry up and sign up. That means like, comment, subscribe. Remember, we got boots to give away at 50 subscribers. We just need 9 more people. So tell your friends about us. Tell your friends about the Grown Folks family. Be a part of the Grown Folks family by like, comment, and subscribing. I do appreciate everybody that's been with me so far and been a part of this journey with me. This is what keeps me sober. Like I said, I was in bad shape. I was almost dead. I was drinking myself to death over and over and over. I couldn't stop. I couldn't quit. I decided one day to stop and start a channel. And this is where it's gotten. Sometimes I talk about some crazy stuff and sometimes I talk about stuff that matters. But you know what? In between there, one thing that you can always count on is that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there for me. And we're going to fight the good fight. And that's keeping ourselves online to sobriety. So however we do it is how we're going to do it. So I want you guys to come along for the ride and let's get serious and let's do this fast. So soon I'm going to do it with or without you. I do want people to sign up and do it with other people, but hopefully we can make this into a short where a lot of people see it and a lot of people sign up. But until then, here we go. Here we go. Let it go. Let it go. All right. So I'm sad to announce that we've lost another one. Jazz icon Sonny Rollins dead at 95. Man, that's sad. The legendary saxophone honored twice former President Barack Obama has died in New York. Sonny's rep, Terry Henney, announced that he passed away Monday afternoon at his home in Woodstock, New York. Cause of death is not released. Man, there's got a picture of him, Sonny Rollins, live, Cutting Edge, London, 1974. Man, that's the year I was born, 74. What a great year. Every time I hear that year, I get so pumped about it. Do you guys normally get pumped when you hear your birth year being mentioned in anything? Like, oh man, I was born in that year. That's so dope. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. So I just started to watch the Jersey Shore. Do we have any Jersey Shore fans that are watching the show? If you are a Jersey Shore fan, I'll tell you what, that show is freaking insane. I'm glad to see Ronnie back. I'm glad to see Mike being Mike. I'm glad to see Snooki doing her thing. But you know who trips me out is Angelina. That girl is gross. I'm telling you what, when they were talking about all this semen and all this other stuff, and come to find out she's pregnant. So yeah, the Angelina from the Jersey Shore is she's pregnant. But the things they got going on, and when she was talking about sleeping with all these men and them coming inside of her and her having come in the refrigerator, I mean, man, I don't know why they put that out there, but that shit was disgusting. I'm telling you, it was disgusting. That was some nasty shit, Angelina. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to work on that. That's for sure, for sure. For real. Corvette. Anyway, what I really want to do is I just want to tell everybody that I've been sober since September 14th of last year. I was a drug addict, an alcoholic, and a real piece of work. And I fought my way through it. I spent my whole 40s just drinking myself to death. A couple of times I almost should have died. I drank myself into oblivion so many times, wound up in the hospital, intubated, with on life support so many times. I've hallucinated. I've done so many things to kill myself that you wouldn't believe, and it wasn't intentional. It's just because this disease just can get a hold of you and it can take over. And when you're young, you're thinking, man, ain't no way in hell I'm letting something like that happen to me. And my biggest thing is like, yeah, okay, well, wait and see. You don't know what life can throw at you. And some people go from boom to boom, But there's been a lot of people you thought never in your life they would just off themselves and boom, what happened? They took their own lives. And I want just to have just one moment of recognizing suicide awareness. Just one moment. Just take the time to just think about it just for a second. If anything, just be aware of it. Be aware that people can be depressed out of nowhere. Be aware of the signs. So if something don't seem right, make sure you talk with your loved ones. If something's off, make sure you get them to open up. A lot of times people will say, hey, what's wrong with you? And they'll say nothing. What's wrong with you? Nothing. You got to be persistent because you could save a life. Caring is a big important thing. Just don't let things go under the bridge and say, you'll be fine, because that might be the last time you see that person. So definitely be aware and know the signs. People get kind of distant and they don't want to talk. They don't want to be around people. They're depressed, So if you see any of that signs in any of your loved ones, kind of be aware of that. And that's just a courtesy from me to you. So yeah, so over the past weekend, I didn't stream, so I was looking for something to like kind of do some shorts with. So I took some videos that I didn't use, and in the video, I worked really hard on this video too. Kind of like I was asking Chat GPT, and Chat GPT got me for $20. So it's like, yeah, you can improve your Chat GPT. All you got to do is pay $20 and you'll get this upgraded version. And oh man, it works so well, you'll just love it. So I'm like, what the hell? It's only $20. I'll do it. So I give him $20 and it doesn't change anything. I'll tell you the story that I was writing and what I was doing to make a short. And the story goes like this. And I've heard the story as it pertains to alcohol, right? And addiction and drugs. So it's basically a story about two young lovers that were just madly in love with each other. And they started seeing each other and things were going great. The mother and father told them that they couldn't be together. Like it was like kind of a Romeo and Juliet thing. One was a Montague, one was a Capulet. You're not going to see that boy. The mother claimed, no, I forbid it. And she was a witch. So, being young and dumb, they didn't listen and they just ran off. And, they were together when they ran off. And they got married. Small ceremony in the woods with just a priest or whatever. And they got married and they ended up living their life away from the mom. But the mom being a witch, she put a curse on them. And when they finally were married, when the baby came out, it was just a head. No arms, no legs, just a head. Can you believe that? Just a head. So being respectable parents as they were, they raised this little baby up, carried him around in a bowling ball bag, and loved him all the way through his life, just like he was a normal kid. Put the head on the swing and push him. Probably had to strap him or duct tape him. I don't know how they did it, but they did what they could to love him, to be normal, knowing while he was cursed, never to have arms and legs by the mother who was a witch. So one day on his 21st birthday, the father's like, man, I'm going to take you down to get your first drink. Come on, son, get to rolling over here. Son rolls over, gets up in his bowling ball bag, and the dad grabs him up and he takes him down to the local tavern. He sets the bowling ball bag on the bar and he says, bartender, it's my son's 21st birthday. Get us both a drink. Bartender looks at him, kind of funny. He says, what the heck? And he sees what's in the bag. He's like, whoa. So the nice guy that the bartender was, he gives him a couple shots. The dad takes a shot and he goes a shot in the son's mouth, and the poof, just like magic, the son is back to normal. Arms and legs. He's a strapping 21-year-old man with arms and legs. He's a beautiful specimen. The dad can't believe it. He's so elated. He's over the moon. He's like, oh my God, son, you're finally whole. The curse is broken. We need to celebrate. Bartender, get us another shot. The dad drinks a shot and the son drinks a shot and he falls down dead. Do you want to know what the moral of the story is? You should always quit when you're ahead. You got to quit when you're ahead. I don't care if it's gambling. I don't care if it's addiction. Quit while you're still there, while you still got your common sense and you ain't walking around dripping into a drip cup with a helmet on. You got to quit. Stop breaking the law while you're not in jail or you're not arrested and you're away from your family. You got to quit because you're ahead, sucker. So don't keep on pushing and don't keep on trying. Quit while you're ahead. That's the example we're all setting today, is that you made it this far. You should be thankful. You should be thankful you're ahead. So quit now while you're ahead. Don't put yourself in debt through all this gambling and all these things that just disappoints our Lord. We want to do things that makes him happy. We want to praise God and may him be our Savior, to give us that joy that comes with loving the Lord, and that's what I want to share with all you all is my testimony, how I've been saved, how I've changed, how my life is different, just because I've accepted Jesus into my heart. And I've asked him to save me. Please save me from my sins, my past that I keep battling. And I'm not saying I'm perfect now. It's a battle every day. Every time I think about somebody tubing down the river having a beer, I want to be you. I want to be that person. But you know what? I can't, because I'm allergic to alcohol. Every time I drink it, I end up in the hospital with tubes in my throat, half dead. Doctor telling me I got enough fentanyl and Propofol to kill a full-grown horse. Why ain't you dead? You know, why are you taking up space in this hospital that somebody else could be having that's sick? But you did this shit to yourself. It's time to stop doing this stuff to yourself. It's time to get smart. It's time to be smart. It's time to say enough is enough and join me on this channel right now. I want to help you. I want to help you get through it. By the grace of God, I can help you. I promise you I can. I can talk to you. I can get you through it. I can give you motivation, but I can't make you drink. Just like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I can't make you drink the water. You got to want to drink that water yourself. And I want you to drink it. Your family wants you to drink it. And if you're listening to this channel right now, you know that you want to do it, but you can't because you're soft. Because you're scared that you're going to miss the party. Let me tell you what. I've been doing it for 51 years. That party ain't all what it's cracked up to be. It ain't nothing but a hangover and a bunch of people that you think, oh, yeah, these are my homeboys. These are my friends. But are they ever there when you're locked up? Are they sending you letters when you're locked up? Are they just your dope buddies that you think that, oh, yeah, this guy's my ride or die? Bullshit. Ain't no such thing. He's only in it because you give him something and he gets something from you. It's a give-take relationship. If you don't believe me, stop drinking and find out. Stop boozing and find out. Stop losing and find out. Stop doing drugs and find out. Because I'm telling you, they'll leave you quick. Even your girlfriends, if they drinkers and if they're druggers, you stop drinking, you'll see who truly loves you. You want to find out? Take a test and do it. You'll see. I ain't lying. Lord knows I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth as I sit here. You'll find out who your true friends are when you get sober, because it'll be the people that are there for you, the people that you neglected, the people that you let down, the people that you missed football games, or basketball games, or baseball games of your kids because you choose to get drunk or choose to drug, or you couldn't show up because your ass is in jail or something like that. I'm guilty of it. You know, you want to call me a piece of shit? Go on ahead. Go call me a piece of shit. I know what I am. You ain't got to tell me. I'll tell it. I tell it like it is. The truth, 100% unequivocal. I know what I've done in my life, and I live with regrets and mistakes. But you know what? I don't let them define me, that's for sure. I do not let them define me because I let them be a rock that I can just keep on banging, because without them, who would I be? Because that's what taught me the lessons I needed to learn to hit rock bottom, to get to the bottom, to try to claw myself to the top. Now, if you want to do that, you subscribe to my channel. Definitely, we will try to motivate you, stimulate you. You'll be percolated, dedicated all day. All you got to do is say, yo, I'm looking for someone to talk to, and I'll be there for you. I'll answer all comments. I promise you that. If it might be just a check mark to say, yo, what's up? But if you're asking me something, you want to know the answer to it, and you want help, I'll help you as far as I can take it. You know, I'll get you in somewhere. Sometimes somebody needs somebody to talk them off a cliff. I'm good at that. You know, I've been there. I've been through a lot of things. So if you're needing someone to talk to, like I said, I'm there. All you got to do is comment. I'll read your comments. I'm on this thing nonstop. It's my life now. It's what I live. I'm living this stuff. I'm not no part-timer. You know, if I'm not doing the live stream, I'm generating clips and things like that to try to get more people to subscribe. And I'm asking you right now, I don't care about colors. I don't care about preferences. I don't care about surnames, all that stuff. To me, it doesn't matter. I'll be respectful, you know, to gay people. I'll be respectful to all races. I'll be respectful to everybody. As long as you're respectful to me, we'll all get along. Now, there's some things that you might not like about me. And one of the things is what picks people the wrong way is because I believe that black people overly use the word Nigga. You know, when they call themselves this every day in rap music and all this other stuff. They're constantly using it, but they don't want us to say it. They don't want white people to say it. I understand why. I get it. You know, it's your word. You can have the word. But I'm asking you to do one thing. Don't say it around white people anymore. Please. Do not say it around white people anymore. Because what it does is it creates a problem. And the problem is nobody in this world should be able to say something that another person can't. Because it's reverse racism to me. So just don't say it around white people. But this world ain't going to get any easier or any better for anybody if you don't. So if one person stops by listening to this, I've accomplished something. I've stopped one person from using the worst word in the English language. So once you understand that and it's no longer in your vocabulary, you'll be a better human being in my book. Whether you're black, white, Chinese, red, purple, green, Crayola, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Stop using the word period. So that gets a lot of people rubbed the wrong way. I get a lot of comments like, well, if you're so worried about the word, go ahead and use it already. Well, you know I'm not afraid to use it. I'm Doug P. Weibel. Grew up in Gunru. I'm a soldier. We're all about this stuff here. It's my sign for y'all. You see me, this is what it's all about. This is our new sign, ladies and gentlemen. Grown folks of all kinds, Grown Folk Nation, this is our sign right here. They have their gang signs, we got ours, and this is ours right here. It's the prayer sign. So anytime you see somebody struggling, this is what you do. Show them that you in the Grown Folks family by the prayer sign. So make this go viral. I need a viral moment. I thought maybe telling Trump to drop out, to kindly just say enough is enough would be enough of a viral moment. Because I think, Mr. Trump, you got too many threats to your family, too many threats to yourself. I think it's time for you to say enough is enough and give the helms to J.D. Vance. Because we all want to see how J.D. Vance would do. Do you think J.D. Vance would be the new president? I don't know. I don't try to get into political debates because they're like a one-legged man in an asking contest. You know, you don't win them. What do they say, about an idiot? You can't beat an idiot because he'll just take you down to his level and beat you with more idiotism. So I'm not trying to go into a debate about politics, but I do think that Trump should resign his presidency and let J.D. Vance take over. And these are my reasons. He's already been attempted assassinations how many times? Now they're trying to assassinate his family members. I just read on the news that some guy from an Iranian guy was arrested with a plot to try to kill Ivanka. Now, is it worth losing your family over? Is the presidency of the United States worth losing your family? And sir, can I ask you, why are you so consumed with the world? Why do you care what the world is doing? You should be worried about what the United States is going through. We got people here that are suffering because gas prices are too high. Inflation is through the roof. We can't even buy red meat anymore. Red meat is so damn expensive. You can't even feed your family on $100 anymore for a week. That's $400 a month. You can't even do it. You need double that. You need like $800 to feed a family of four for a month. And you ain't helping us out by getting into these little scrimmages with third world countries that don't matter, that you've already beat the hell out of, and now they're just going to pick at you like Vietnam. Shit, man. It's time for you to bow out. It's time for you to let somebody else get in there. And plus, the biggest reason why I say this is because of the separation, man. It's like this party's over here and this party's over here, and the world is just cracked in half. It's like you got your views and they stick with their type of people, and you got this type of people. I want us to sit back together, duct tape it, and let everybody be happy again with one another. Let's love our neighbor like God intended. Not hate because he's a Trump supporter. Not hate because he's a Biden supporter. Not hate because he's a Republican. Not hate because he's a Democrat. We're all just people at the end of the day. So please stop the hate. We need unity. And the only way we're going to have that is, Mr. Trump, you have to stop. You have to succeed. You have to just stop being president. You have to give it to JD. Step down. Say it's because of health reasons. Say it's because of too many death threats in your family. Because what would happen if something happened to Kai? I would be devastated because I watch Kai all the time. Kai Trump's show is amazing. That girl, I love it when somebody has the head on their shoulders and they can do great things. And I know she's going to do great things. And she don't get one bit political. So go watch Kai's show. I'm going to give her a shout out because I love the girl. She's awesome. The stuff, her golf game is impeccable. She just started college. She's at the University of Miami, which is dope. I just started watching it last year, so I watch it when I can here and there. But like I said, I got a lot of other stuff that I'm watching as well. All right, let's get to some news that'll give you the blues. How y'all doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. I hope work ain't overworking you. You ain't got too much of either a hangover from eating so much good food over the weekend, or just relaxing so much that your body quite ain't ready for the workday. But shoot, you guys should be in it now. It's over 9 o'clock. So going down the list, here's another one from Larry. Is it worth it? That's an old one. All right. All right.
So this tick thing is it
All
sounds
right.
creepy and it is
This one's
creepy,
been
but
proven
it's a
false.
much more serious problem because if you end up with that alpha gal, which they're now estimating 25 million people in America already have it, it can be life changing and
Yeah.
lifelong. Meat. It seems as though you can still eat poultry and fish do not contain that sugar, but any sort of red meat, whether
Well, that one's been debunked as far as the CEO of, was it Hewlett Packard or something like that? Microsoft, I think. Bill Gates talking about genetically modifying ticks to have it's a crazy story, but it's not true. So yeah, that's just some of them. I'm going to stop doing those for now because I think I'm pretty much caught up with them. But I do have some other bad news to report. We did report that the jazz singer who passed away, now it just came across my screen that Manny Fernandez, Dolphins Super Bowl star, dead at 79. Manny Fernandez from the Dolphins has passed away. He was born in 1946. So the NFL announced his passing Tuesday morning, saying in part his constant and selfless contribution on the field instrumental to the Dolphins' success. In addition, 2 Super Bowl rings. The defensive lineman was part of the legendary 72 perfect team, as well a member of the Ring of Honor. Sweet. Well, we have Lisa Rina Rinna, has nothing against Spencer Pratt, but she sure hell does not want him to be the mayor of Los Angeles. I don't know. What do you guys think about Spencer Pratt being the mayor of Los Angeles? I don't care what they do with Los Angeles. I hate the place. I've hated the place ever since they booed Hulk Hogan at his last time in California, just before his death, because that's how vicious and left wing California is. I'd love to see a Republican in, just to make it even. And I'm not even a Republican or a Democrat. I swear. I've never even voted my whole life. I stay out of it, but I think things should be even. I'm tired of both sides doing this redistricting cheating thing. I think if I was the Supreme Court, I'd step in and say, look, we have to divide state into 24. Everybody gets 24, right? 12 Democrat, 12 Republican. House, Senate, 12 Democrat, 12 Republican. Everything's always even. You can't have one Democrat and then 177. No. That's not how it was supposed to be designed. It was supposed to be designed to be equal. But you guys somehow you take advantage of the rules, just like the police do. I hate when they do that. Like they say, well, on your probation, it says that you are to have no contact with somebody with a convicted felon. They're not talking about you can't talk to your aunt and your uncle who has a felony. They're talking about, people with hanging around in the neighborhood. They don't want y'all two powwowing because when you two get together, things start happening and plans get hatched and ideas get made. But they ain't talking about that. You're just using it now. You're going too far. You're taking a law and you're abusing it. And that's what the Democrats and the Republicans do. They abuse the laws and the shit that's written. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just go around the Constitution and just do whatever the hell we want. That's what we're going to do. No. We don't want that. So vote with common sense, people. Don't vote because that person likes your favorite sports team. Don't vote because that person's the same color as you. Don't vote because they wear the same shoes as you. Don't vote because they wear the same clothes. Don't vote because they listen to the same music. You understand where I'm going with this? Vote because they have common sense and they're going to do good for your community. They're going to do good for your people. They're going to do good for you and the rest of us. So when you vote for somebody who's going to make this world better, not have the same ideas and the same shit as you, but make the whole world better. So if one person likes the New York Giants and wears New York Giants tennis shoes, right, but wants men and women's bathroom, who are you going to vote for? The guy because you like him because he's a Giants fan, or the guy who don't want that in women's bathrooms but votes for the Jets? You see where I'm going? Let's use common sense. That's all you got to do. Have some common sense and things will be better. Things will get better. Everything will get better if people just had a little common sense. So I'm voting for common sense this year. I don't think it's on the ticket, but it should be. All right. So moving along here. Cover singer Tiffany Evlard. Casey Anthony back in Florida and hunting for deals. Looks like she's at some Goodwill or secondhand store. Zach Malik, get the F out of my way. Fan frenzy ends and blow up. Yeah, sometimes the fans can be a little too much, can't they? I don't know. I don't have any fans. We need to get some fans on the Grown Folks. You want to be a fan of the Grown Folks show? I'm telling you right now, you got to like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Come on and like, comment, subscribe. Come on and like that. And comment, subscribe. You gotta like that. And comment, subscribe. You gotta like that. Come on and comment, subscribe. You gotta like that. Come on and comment, subscribe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. See, I still got a little flavor. Okay, all right, let's get to it. So anyway, Pat McAfee and his wife Samantha, baby number 2, arriving via emergency C-section. Well, that's good. Congratulations, Pat. How about that? Congratulations to Pat McAfee. You know, I don't really watch a show too much because I don't like your show for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I should give it a chance. I don't know. Something about you just... Maybe I'll give it a chance. Everybody go watch the Pat McAfee show and tell me what you think of it. Tell me why I should watch it in the comments. Tell me what is up with the Pat McAfee show. Why don't I like it? Why don't you like it? Why do you like it? Let me know so we can get this figured out. Because I know he kind of likes to go off on things and he goes into some political rants sometimes. I think maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just racist against white people. You know, I am black. You know, you wouldn't know it. I'm black from the ankles down. Okay, Bella Hadid, I'm floating and flaunting. Yes, you are. She's got a picture of her in a bikini, a white one, and I'm telling you, the bikini's not covering much. And she is a beautiful woman. I'll give her that. If you need another reason to question your own life choices after seeing Bella Hadid's Kane's red carpet sleigh, her latest bikini snaps just entered the chat. Yep, Bella turned up the heat all the way up in this series of yacht photos. Yeah, she is beautiful. So everybody caught the Donald Trump Memorial Day rant. I wasn't too fond of it. You know, like I said, as time goes on, I'm so sick of Donald Trump and the shit that, you know, hopefully he either gets some things changed, you know, he needs to change in his administration and they work out the difficulties with Iran and they get the shit done so gas goes down. And I know that the whole meat situation, we're going to be suffering that for a while. It's because we do have enough cows now, but now we have to wait for them to mature. And that's going to take 3 years. So we won't see beef prices go down for about 3 years. So yeah, that's terrible, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, if you didn't see, he posted on True Social a bunch of things. I'll read one of them. It says, I laugh at all Democrat rhinos and fools who know nothing about the potential deal I'm making with Iran. Things that haven't even been negotiated yet. Weak and ineffective people like failed Senator Tom Tillis, soon out of office, Bill Cassidy, who just suffered a massive primary loss, really bad Congressman Thomas Massey, a major sleazebag who lost in a landslide to a great American patriot endorsed by Trump. After showing tremendous disloyalty to his party and country, and to almost all Democrats, people that have totally lost their way, consistently supporting bad policy and even worse candidates, but our country constantly critical of each other. A fantastic win. I have these people should go home and rest. They do nothing but create division and loss. In other words, they are losers. The deal with Iran will either be great and meaningful or there will be no deal. It will be the exact opposite of the JCPOA disaster negotiated by failed Obama administration, which led to a direct and open path to a nuclear weapon for Iran. I don't do deals like that. President Donald J. Trump. And then he writes again on True Social, Happy Memorial Day to all, including all the Democrats who disrespected our military, to all the tremendous success that it has had over the last year. God bless those that have made the ultimate sacrifice. I love you all, President Donald J. Trump. See, I don't know. See, that kind of stuff's not necessary for a president. You know, you just say Happy Memorial Day. I wish everybody is safe and happy. You know, instead he bashes when it's just more division. I'm tired of it. You know, I thought that, you know, Donald Trump, for his first term, I think he did he was successful. He had a great first term, and he got a lot. I mean, especially with lightning speed, COVID results, and all that other stuff. And I mean, a lot of that stuff rubbed off on Joe Biden, because every time a president comes, he kind of comes into either a mess, but then the policies that were written before kind of start to work themselves through, you know? So I don't know. Well, we'll see. Can you do me this favor, people, who, if you're watching this, by a letter of A being the greatest and A, B, C, D, E, F being the worst, can you give me A, B, C, D, E, or F? If being a complete total failure, E being, just bad, and then D being, like a regular person who was getting a D in school, didn't work that hard, didn't try. C being mediocre, B being okay, A being damn near fantastic. Let me know in that letter of how you think Donald Trump's doing. I want to take a poll, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. So I'll give you guys 24 hours after I get this done. Right now it's Wednesday, so we will see. We'll see how it goes. See what happens. Where were we here? Man, what time? About an hour? Okay. We're going great. The show is going great, as they would say. We're doing big things right now. We're doing good. Everything's looking fantastic. Gonna have enough stuff here to use, make some cool videos out of, and have everybody hyped. Influencer Gabriel Gainley, dead at 22. Boy, he's a big boy. And if anybody didn't know this influencer, Gabriel Gainley, a Brazilian bodybuilding influencer with millions of social media followers, has died. Gainley was reportedly found dead Saturday morning inside his apartment in San Pablo, Brazil. A friend discovered Gabriel's body in the kitchen area of the apartment. According to CNN Brazil, authorities reportedly found no obvious signs of violence at the scene, but are still investigating the death, suspicious and sudden. Yeah, he kind of had the same vibe as, the other workout YouTuber. You guys know who I'm talking about. He just started. Always wears his hat down. I don't know. I'm just tired, I guess. That's why my brain ain't working today. I mean, I got like a lot of sleep too. I got 9.5 hours last night. I was in bed by 7 o'clock, and I woke up at 5:44 or something like that. But I just feel tired. I don't know what it is. It's the strangest thing. I think that's why I'm so tired, is I didn't go to the gym Sunday and I didn't go Monday. I missed 2 days off. I'm going to go do chest. Time for another PR. It's time to try that 450. But I want to wait. I might go pick up my son and then have him videotape it. Now I'll have to show you if I can bench the 450. We're breaking records at 51 up in this. So what do you think? So we don't know what happened with this influencer cause of death, but I'm assuming some type of overdose or something. Terrible. Be too young. Tiger Woods, he was... honors dad in a Memorial Day message, first post since his arrest. It says, "My father was a special forces," I'll turn this down a little bit, "forces operator with 2 tours in Vietnam and 20 years of service. To all those like my father, we all say thank you for your sacrifice. Without them, we wouldn't have the greatest country on earth." Man, you know what, Tiger? That is the dopest thing I've ever heard. Now, right there is, you got my respect. That is beautiful, Mr. Woods. All right. I'd like to see Tiger get back into championship form and have him golfing again. To me, that was like one of the most greatest things I've ever seen in golf history. It was watching Tiger Woods beat up a bunch of white guys. It was just amazing. But now they've caught up to him. No, he's not as good as he used to be. And I think it's just because of, the talent pool and the age and all the surgeries and, banging your body up in these accidents don't help either. You got to stop drinking. Tiger, it's an open invitation. I know you're probably spending millions and millions of dollars, and this goes out to any star out there. It goes out to anybody that's out there struggling right now, and you want help from somebody who's been there, done that. That's me. That's come, and I can help you. I don't care if you're Tiger freaking Woods. Shout, get a hold of me on this platform or on Facebook or anything else. I can help you get through anything. I have the knowledge, the skills to help anyone that's going through it. So please don't be afraid to contact me. Even if you're somebody like Tiger Woods and you want help, I'm willing to help you. Privately, I won't put your name out there. What stays here, it'll be like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So yeah, I give you total anonymity, total complete. I'll sign whatever you need me to sign, totally free. I just want to help the world. That's my only goal, is I want to help the world get better. I want to have something of a legacy that that in the end, I put my best foot forward and I tried to help people and I was there to try to help humanity. So just like the Pope, my God, AI could destroy humanity. Of course it could. And I think I got squirreled on my last story about AI. But like I said, I was writing that story that I just told about the quit while you're ahead thing. And they wouldn't make a picture of a baby with no head. They said it's going off our guide rails. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. No, I don't know. But I went back and forth talking basically with AI about it. And, they did do the picture. And you'll know later on because I'll redo the video. I don't think YouTube likes it either because it has 0 views. I think that's still going on too. I don't know what's wrong with having a baby with no head. He's not like its head's chopped off. He's just born that way. It's just a weird thing. Sydney Sweeney's back in the news. Breaks the bed on Euphoria. Steamy scene with Richard Gere's son. Yeah, I think she's completely naked. They probably got a huge following just for showing that type of perverse stuff on their show, Euphoria. I've never watched it. Might be something I have to check out. Kevin Hart parties away the roast pain Vegas weekend with Nico. And last thing that I want to do is talk about Kyle Busch. What a tragic thing. I still don't know how he passed, if it was a blood clot or he died of pneumonia or what was going on with him. His son and his wife had a sad moment when they were memorializing him at the NASCAR event where fans honored the racing legend. I liked Kyle Busch after Earnhardt passed away. He was kind of my second guy that I started to go with, but I quit watching NASCAR, after Tony Stewart and all the rest of them. It was just a bunch of young people that I couldn't keep up with the change. It happened so fast. They just pushed me right out of it, so I couldn't follow it. The change was so sudden and quick. It was like 1 minute they were there, 1 minute they were gone. I just got out of NASCAR completely. But we used to watch it religiously growing up. Before taking to the hospital, Kyle was North Carolina racing in a simulator Wednesday, and he became unresponsive. Yeah, we know on the audio, coughing up some blood while looking like he was going to pass out. Yeah, I've read the whole audio tape. Nobody knows. See if anybody's got any updates. I can update you here live on my stream. They're saying that he got sepsis and that he died of pneumonia. See, that's almost the same thing that happened to the UFC guy, Funky Ben Askren. He had pneumonia and 1 minute, he's there, he died several times, but he had to have a double lung transplant. So Ben Askren made it out of having pneumonia like that. So people, if you're feeling sick and you're, under the weather just a little bit and you think it's going to be bad, go to the frickin' hospital because this could have been prevented if you would have got there early enough. Don't be tough. Don't try to tough things out. If you feel like you can't breathe, go to the hospital. If you feel like that, don't wait until it's too late. Don't ignore the signs. Get help immediately. Call in and make an appointment just to see. Get some tests done just to make sure it doesn't get any worse. I'm telling you, man, there's too many things out here that's killing our people and our peoples. We got to be careful of what we do, what we say, what we eat. We have to not be afraid to get help, to ask for help. That's the biggest thing. Man, I pray that everybody uses this to understand that we are fragile individuals and it doesn't take much to kill us. Him overworking himself when you're sick, take the time off to recuperate and don't try to overpush your body. Read the signs that your body's saying, hey, it's time to slow down. Having pneumonia, you probably started out with walking pneumonia and all this other stuff. And, if you got a temperature and all that, get your butt to the ER. With that, I'm going to end this stream. Peace, love, and gratitude to everybody. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. We'll get back doing this soon, probably tomorrow. Hopefully I can get my son to do something. But yeah, you guys have a great day. I wish everybody well. It's Grown Folks. Shut up when grown folks are talking. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.